Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thanks, Peg. What a wonderful series. I've been here before. I'm always thrilled with the crowd. It's such an achievement to get this many people out, especially on a hot night like tonight, to listen to literature. So thanks, Peg. Thanks for all you've done to build this series into what it is. And thanks for having me. And thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. This is my new book, Paradise Drive. It's a linked sonnet narrative that tells the story of a character named Pilgrim, who is on a journey that begins in Rust Belt, Pennsylvania, and ends here in the glittering suburbs of Marin. My aspiration for this book was to arrest a compelling narrative in the form of poetry, and I wanted to do more than, there are some great stories in verse, but sometimes when stories are told in verse, the poetry suffers, and I really was trying very hard to have each poem stand on its own and be the best poetry I could make it, but I also wanted to arrest the power of a narrative. So let's start by meeting our protagonist. Meet Pilgrim. Meet Pilgrim on the wane, children grown and gone, who, voice-trained from birth and desire, wakes one morning wanting nothing in the way of things. Wanting some not thing, not quite, not seen. Her dreams, Macy's parade balloon-sized dreams, now lie a tangle of down silk and line. Waist deep in bright ruin, she labors to sing, wondering if wanting is, after all there is. Somewhere far away, old ice recedes. Somewhere, new wars combust. Here, rain is rare, and Pilgrim sings her scales to the dust. House of no children, guest room of no guest, no god or guide, a broken song, her quest. So now we'll get a little backstory, and to do that we'll go to Pennsylvania. Bright juice. Full fathom 5, Pilgrim's mother lies north of the old shuttered silk mill, where each visiting 4th grade girl was given a bobbin wound with floss, shiny and fine as a spider's thrown line. I have mine still, and the memory of mulberries staining my hands, the refrain of juice bright in my mouth. At my mother's wake, other gray faces who'd worked the looms in rooms so thick with thread that noon was dark. Of her lungs is shantung spun. A spider spills herself, shining in air. And beauty's matrix is mucus and fear. So now we're going to rock it back to Marin. Pilgrim, in this book, finds herself attending a lot of parties. And here's one of them, cocktail party. Cowed by all those straight, white teeth, Pilgrim ran for the bathroom, not for coke, as others supposed, but for something more covert and rare, a book, or any bit of anything written, an antidote to the Twitter out there. Sometimes it was the Times or a Wall Street Journal stowed by the toilet, or the labels on the bottles of balms ranked at the sink. She spent one dismal fete with an issue of Your Bird Dog Today. That taught her the value of pursed cubic feet and to bring in her own stash. And in this way, she read 99 cantos near tears when she thanked her hostess, best party in years. So people are always asking me if I'm Pilgrim, and the standard answer, the one I always give is, well, she's a character. And when you create characters, they're based on your experience. So yeah, I mean, she's partly me and partly wildly made up. It occurred to me today when I was getting ready for the reading that another thing she is she's that small voice inside, the one that I don't always listen to either. But the next two poems are based on events that did happen. There was a series of suicides of suburban housewives in Marin that happened in a very small span. And it's a kind of thing, I knew one of them, and it's the kind of thing that makes you wonder, it makes you think about paradise. So these next two poems are called The Bridge, and they're based, has anybody seen that documentary by Eric Steele called The Bridge? He fixed a video camera to the Golden Gate Bridge for a year, and he filmed all the jumpers. The Bridge, 1, romance. Panoramic arc and span, one wreck of black tree, the sea. Contrast of verdure and azure, mica and rust, dust on the lens, and welts of water like lucent pearls. Fog, a veil worn to wed your dark love in a fairy tale. The bereaved, believed to be sorry now. The friend who doth protest too much, not me, please, please. The inexorable draw of rail, the struggle, the straddle, the letting go, the slow back-bend arc of the last filmed fall, a splash, soft and off-camera, silence, silence and ash. 2, an astrophy elegy. Not the woman we all knew, no, never would she have done like this a thing. How could someone her like that ever do? Knew we the girl, hurdler varsity, date cute, sport good, track quit who then schooled to pay rent for endless hours, tutor of physics. To his MD, MRS. De-young docent, mother, Cub Scout master, mistress of, bleach sitter, coach, the giver, unabridged version of, middle-aged sprinter, then ever faster, lover, Elysian, seeping like after he left her. Empty was found there, it, at the bridge, still running, the car. And I'll close with a poem that was that's named after a poem about sonnets by Wordsworth. Nuns Fret Not. Pilgrim's inside the frame here, and guesses she likes it that way. If nuns fret not in their narrow cells, why then should she? Her cot has, after all, got a very nice mattress and custom duvet. But under the green hum of the all-night lights, she almost makes out some other sound. A break in the rhythm, a rock in the engine of warm, rocking dark. A break in the rhythm, a knock in the engine of warm, rocking dark. For the lights in their way do emit darkness. The men on their knees in the dirt of the park she jogs in, a Food Not Bombs t-shirt, a friend's son's legs lost in Iraq. Iraq? What is Iraq doing in here? She's screwed. Something is knocking. The size of a world. Thank you.